Hey, everybody. Good morning. Hey, everybody. Hey, Terry. Hey, Dwayne. Best friend. Hey, Auntie Pee Wee. Hey, Melissa. What's going on, Monica? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all comments is coming in um delayed. Oh,
Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm here today too.
listen, we coming to y'all from our mobile device. Oh God, y'all just don't understand. It's just like, ugh,
Thank you, Monica.
Jesus. Thank you, Monica, for sharing us out.
Hey y'all, what's poppin'?
Why is this thing so dark?
Oh, whatever, y'all. I'll get
Oh,
back to it.
excuse me.
Y'all, did we forget about the little boys for Christmas? I hope not, because there's still stuff on their list that could be purchased for them. I'm about to put it in the chat right now.
Well, hopefully the girl, she got some cash apps too.
Yeah, hopefully she did. I looked at the list and there's still stuff on the list. There's still some things on the list that can be purchased for them. Remember, this is a season for giving,
Yes, it is.
and
And the season's beatings too. It
I want
is.
to give, but I'd rather give the gift to a child
Yeah, me too.
than myself, because I ain't getting no gifts for Christmas.
I really don't care for, giving gifts for Christmas myself. I'm like, to me, the commercialization of Christmas really takes away from the message.
Child, let me tell you
But
something.
I mean, I understand being a child, children don't understand that, you know. And perhaps in the future, I think Christmas, the commercialization of Christmas is going to fade.
No, Terry, he didn't drop the cake this year. He fell because he was so damn drunk.
Yeah. No, I didn't drop the cake this time.
Oh, Monica, you welcome. You don't have to thank us. You do not have to thank us.
Mm-mm, you
Like
don't
I
have to thank
said,
us.
I know what it's like when I was a kid, and I can imagine what it would be like. So believe me when I tell you, I haven't. Oh, the last. No, that would be a lie if I said that, because when I lived with my sister, I did get Christmas gifts, but really, really got Christmas gifts. I haven't got a Christmas gift since my mother been dead, and that's been going on 11 years. But my sister and them did give me gifts when I lived with them. Hey, James Setter. My sister and them did give me gifts when I lived with them. It was cute
I
little
haven't
gifts
gotten a
too.
Christmas gift since I was about 23 years old. But that's only because I've always told people don't buy me anything for
And
Christmas.
you know what? It don't bother me. I rather like on my birthday and stuff like that. I like getting birthday gifts. I ain't gonna lie. I like getting birthday gifts, but Christmas gifts, I'm not a kid like I used to. People
Yeah.
ask me what I
I'm
want for
just not
Christmas.
accustomed to people giving me gifts on occasions like that.
Actually, somebody asked us, did we have a Christmas wish list? I said no. Money
No.
works.
Yeah, money works,
I said the
but
state needs Tremelin right now. Money works,
yeah, money
but we don't
works.
need a gift. We need money too.
Yeah, we do.
But
Yeah, I've never been into the commercialization of Christmas. Like when my nieces and nephews were kids, I would go out and I would buy them Christmas gifts because my sister, she was a single mother and she had so many kids. So I would go Christmas shopping for my nieces and nephews because they were like my kids.
right.
But I understand how children feel at this time of year because you know we as parents have put in their heads that Santa Claus gives away gifts and stuff like that. But you know, when you really look at it in the grand scheme of things, how many people really tell their children about what this holiday really is? You know,
You're right.
um, not. I think it's very few.
Well,
And
me and my
if that
sister,
be the case, right? If that be the case, if parents are telling their children that Christmas is about the birth of Christ and so on and so forth, then why is there so much emphasis on getting your child a gift?
because they're gonna talk to their friends, and their friends are gonna get stuff. And
Yeah,
like me and my sister decided when she had my niece that Christmas would be about my niece, not me and her.
right, right. Well,
So
we did that too.
that's what we did. But at the end of the day, it's like I had read a story, and I kind of disagreed and agreed with. I disagreed with it in all honesty because
Hmm.
I just felt some kind of way, and it was that parents shouldn't buy their kids expensive stuff
Hmm.
because other kids that couldn't afford it, and it made kids feel bad to say, well, how come James Santa liked James enough to buy him an iPad but
Right,
didn't like
right,
me enough to buy me an iPad?
right, right.
And at the end of the day, you can't tell people what to buy their kids. Like, if I
No,
can
you
afford to
can't.
buy my child an iPad, who are you to tell me because you can't afford to buy yours one, I can't buy mine one?
But that's where you have to be honest and transparent with your kids and say, listen, Santa Claus is a metaphor. And
No,
a
but I
lot of
mean,
parents don't want to take that, they don't want to take that whimsical moment away from their child, because a lot of kids, when they find out Santa Claus is
they
just a metaphor,
traumatized.
it traumatizes them. They're like, oh, you can't be serious.
Hey,
But
Trisha.
you know, um, that's why I'm so in agreement with, you know, as much as I don't care for the commercialization of Christmas, I think that children need to know the importance of what this holiday is all about. And it's not about giving gifts,
But
you
it
know.
still ain't going to take
Um,
away the fact that they want gifts.
no, no, I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that,
Because believe me,
we should
my
take gifts
grandmother,
out the element. I'm saying that in addition to us giving gifts and things like that, the children need to know why we give gifts at Christmas. According to the Bible, the reason why we give gifts is because the three kings brought gifts to the baby Jesus, and so kids need to know that, you
they
know
do, but they don't care. You think I
as
care?
much as they don't care, you still need to tell them. That's like, you know what you sound like. You sound
Hey,
like
Tyrone and famous.
what I be trying to tell my nieces and nephews when I be trying to teach them about our family history. My sisters, you say, why you sitting up there trying to tell them about our family history and stuff like that? They don't care about that, but one day they're gonna care about it. One day they're
You
gonna
hope.
pass it on. One day they're gonna pass it on
I mean,
to the next
honestly, my
generation.
grandmother used to sit and tell us about, oh, y'all want gifts and it's about Jesus. I said, and you know what my response was? I don't care. My little, I want my little racetrack.
Right,
That ain't
right,
got nothing to do with Jesus. I want
right,
my racetrack.
right.
Well, let Jesus tell my mama to give me my racetrack because
Oh,
I figured out Santa Claus wasn't real, and how I
mhm.
figured out, and that my sister never got a chance to believe in Santa Claus
Oh, I was
because
traumatized, honey, when I found out.
You're not from New York, but Melissa probably know, and Lisa probably know because they from New York. Anybody from New York know that if you went to King's Plaza Mall back in the day when it was Christmas time, they had white Santa Claus downstairs and black Santa Claus upstairs.
Really?
Yeah. And I had to be about 10, maybe 8, between 8 and 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed Santa Claus was downstairs white. And we
Mm-hmm.
went upstairs, and I was like, Santa Claus upstairs was black.
I never seen that
And I
before.
looked at my mother and I said, Santa Claus ain't real. And my sister started crying. I said, oh, stop that crying. Santa Claus ain't real. He can't be black and white. And my mother looked at me. She said, well, you smart because there ain't no Santa Claus. She found a word. I said it, so
Let me tell you
she ain't let
something.
us
I
believe
was
in it no more.
traumatized when I found out Santa Claus
They
wasn't
did
real.
it to me
Because
because
my
I,
friends at school told me, they told me it was like, Santa Claus died. They said he had died. He fell out of his sled. That was the rumor that was going around when I was a kid. that he had fell out his sled and he died. And I was so Joseph, I was so traumatized. And it was a couple of days before Christmas. And I was like, oh my God. I said, Mommy, we not getting up for Christmas. Santa Claus dead. I was like, oh God, I was so traumatized about it, and for a long time, I really thought that that's what happened to Santa Claus, that he had
No,
died, child.
I didn't
He had
even.
died. He had fell out himself. Like, I was like, damn you, Santa Claus. How you gonna fall out your
Tracy didn't even get a chance when I figured out because I was like,
Oh
Santa
Lord.
Claus can't be black and white. He black there upstairs and white downstairs. There ain't no such thing as
But
no
you know
Santa
what?
Claus.
You know what holiday I'm really interested in celebrating?
What?
Is Kwanzaa. And the reason why, let me tell you why. Because Kwanzaa is more about family, it's about love, it's about the love of Christ,
Unity.
it's about unity, it's about all these positive things that we talk
Now,
about all the time.
Kwanzaa is not really about Christ. If you really look into
No, it's not really
Kwanzaa,
about Christ, it's
it's
more
about I can't think of the gods' names. The different black gods, the
mhm,
Africans. I know one is Osiris.
mhm.
I can't think of the rest of them. But the Kwanzaa is about them
Yeah,
and
but the
celebrating
message
them.
behind it
Oh yeah, it's a good
is so
message.
significant
It's kind of like
to
Hanukkah
right.
almost.
It's so significant to, what we always talk about as Black people we want to be. We want to be more unified. We want to be more of a community. It takes a child, a whole community to raise a child. We want to be more involved. We want to be all these positive things, And Kwanzaa seems like that type of holiday. I think not this year, but next year. I think well, I am. I'm gonna make every effort to celebrate Kwanzaa. I mean, I want to go out and get the
I'm
candles,
up for
and
it. We
all
gotta
that
learn
stuff.
about it.
Yeah, I want to learn about it. That's the only reason why I don't. I'm not going to celebrate it this year. I'm going to observe it, but I'm not going to celebrate it this year because I don't know anything about it.
Oh yeah.
With the exception of, I know that in Kwanzaa, instead of going out and buying gifts, you make gifts for
It's
people and
kind of
something like
like
that.
well, no, certain days because
Right,
it's kind of like Hanukkah
right,
almost.
right.
It's kind of if you want to say the black version of Hanukkah.
Hmm.
Um,
That's what I
and
thought it
each
to be
day
too.
I just like Kuji Agila. I like saying that. I like that day of Hanukkah because
Right.
I just think it's just a big word that just sounds Kuji Agila.
Yeah, and I don't think you have to be this overactive person that's into the African culture to celebrate Kwanzaa. I think
No,
Kwanzaa could be for anybody and everywhere. And that's the thing about Kwanzaa. It's just not just a black holiday. It's for
everything.
anybody, and everybody that wants to celebrate it can celebrate it, regardless what color you are
Well,
or
now,
what culture you come from. You can celebrate it and you can appreciate it because it's kind of like universal in terms of what the meaning of it is, which is unity and love and family and all those great things that we talk about all the time.
but it's really for black people.
I know it's really for black people, Joseph, but I'm just saying
Let's not.
anybody can celebrate it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there are white people out there that celebrate Kwanzaa. I'm pretty sure there are Asians, there are Puerto Ricans, there are many people from many different races that
Well,
celebrate it.
I'm tired of them appropriating everything we have. Can we keep something for
We can keep
ourselves?
something to ourselves, but Kwanzaa
I'm
ain't one
not
of them
going.
things
I'm
that we
not
gonna
going.
keep to
No,
ourselves.
what
Because
I'm
Joseph,
saying is,
you hold on.
no. What I'm
You
saying
got
is,
white people. Hold on, you
I'm
got
not saying that.
listen. You got white people in your family, right?
No.
Well, I got white people in my family, and if I came together with some of the white people in my family to celebrate Kwanzaa, I'm not gonna look at their color. I'm gonna look at them as being my family. So that's not this is not one of those holidays that we say, oh, it's a black holiday. It should be for all people. It is for all people. You
So
know.
can I ask you a question? See, now we about to have a real conversation.
Are we gonna have a conversation about black and white and race and stuff?
I just have a quick question.
What's
Now,
up?
how long we make this question into a conversation is
Because I
on
don't want to
you.
talk about race and stuff like that, Joseph.
No, I just want to know why black people why we got open our doors to everybody, but everybody don't open their doors to us.
I never said that. We don't have to open our doors to anybody if we don't want to. But the way of the world is whatever is put out there, everybody is a part of it. Period.
Are
Point
we gonna have
blank.
this conversation on another live or maybe later tonight? Because
We live in
it's
America,
things that we
Joseph.
need to it's things that we need to tap
I,
on.
I, I get what you're saying, but we live in America, and this is what you got to understand about being black, white, whatever background you come from. We live in America, so whatever holidays that are out there that are American holiday considered quote unquote American holidays, it's open for everybody to celebrate. If Kwanzaa is a holiday out there that people celebrate, it's going to be for everybody. They're going to look at it as an everybody thing. They're not going to look at it as us appropriating something for ourselves. Black people, we ain't gonna never have nothing to ourselves as long as we live in America. Matter of fact, you as long as you live on this planet Earth, you're never gonna have everything to
Are
yourself.
we paused?
No,
Yes, we are.
no, we're not.
Oh, well, maybe on my screen we paused.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe, but I don't listen. I understand, and maybe you'll get here with me one day. Maybe you'll get to where I am one day. I'm not sure. And even if you don't, it really doesn't make a difference to me because, you have a right to feel the way you want to feel. I have a right to feel the way I want to feel. But I see a day, and I'm not trying to sound like Martin Luther King and nothing like that, but I see a day when things of issues of black and white and different cultures and stuff like that is not going to be an issue. I don't know if I'm going to live to see the day. Hopefully, God will let me live to see at least the beginning of it. But I see a day when the issues that we have culturally are not that's not going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be a normal walk of life. you know the things that we hold on to, or that we don't like, are going to become a non-factor in terms of living your life. That's like my sisters, right? Me and my sisters have never talked to me or had a discussion about me being gay. It was just not something that was a topic. You know what I'm saying? That my sisters, they love me. They accept me for who I was, who I am. And they've always loved me and always accepted me for who I am. They've never said, "Well, Tramel, I don't think you should be gay, and I don't think you should do that." They never, never. Even I brought my boyfriends around them. Never had no problem. They made any of my boyfriends that I brought around. They made them feel like they was part of the family. So it's never been an issue. It's never been a topic. And I think that all these things that we discuss in pop culture and culture in Americanism, I see a day when these things are going to be, it's not going to be an issue.
Reese Cup, I agree with what you said.
What she say?
I agree with what you said. When she said she don't understand how people say they don't see color.
I see color. But just because I see color doesn't mean that I'm a racist. And just because there are people out there that see color, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're racist. I hate when white people say that. I don't see color. When I look at you, I don't see color. Yes, you do, bitch. You see how dark my motherfucking skin is. You see. Don't give me. Don't do me. Don't do me. That's just something politically correct to say. I think a lot of people say a lot of things just to be politically or socially correct, and that's it. um I'm a person that I don't care what your feelings are. I would rather you be honest about your feelings than to be deceitful or hide your feelings. Like, and I'm gonna go back to this. I go back to this over and over again. I lived in Johnson City, Tennessee, which is about 10 minutes outside of Irwin, Tennessee. Irwin, Tennessee is where the Ku Klux Klan first generated from. And I lived around a whole lot of racist people. But the one thing I didn't like them being racist, but the one thing that I respected about them was they told me they were racist. Like there was this one man that lived in my neighborhood. He was like, I don't. He said, Tramel. He said, you're a cool person and everything. He said, but I really don't know too many black people, nor do I care for black people. You know what I'm saying? And he said, if a black person come on my property, I'll just blow their goddamn head off. I'll blow their brains out. And and as much as I didn't like what he said, I respected what he said because he respected me enough to say to me, Tramel, this is how I am. I would rather for a person to be honest with me and let me know who they are so I can make a choice whether to deal with you or not. You see what I'm saying? And I think we was talking about this morning with people, how people can be, how they can be deceitful in expressing how they really feel about you. We were talking about how, you know, people can be so deceitful in how they really feel about you. How, and this is what I don't understand. How can a person hate you but be in your presence all the time? I could never understand that. That like they can be in your presence, but low key, they hate your guts.
Because they have no choice. If there's nothing they can do about it.
I mean, if there's, I mean, I can see if it's in the workplace. I'm talking about like socially. Socially. How can you see? Because I'm the type of person, if I don't like you, you ain't got to worry about me being in your presence. You ain't never got to worry about me being in your presence. That's just me. I'm that bitch. I'm that one. I'll be like, excuse me. I will excuse myself and I will take myself out of that space because I don't like you. If I don't like you, you ain't got to ever worry about me. Ever worry about me being in your presence. I'm gonna make it my and if I find out that you don't like me, I'm respectful enough, not scared, but I'm respectful enough to not be in your presence. I don't want to be in a room with somebody that don't like me. I don't. I don't. And if I have to be in a room with somebody that don't like me, I'm gonna stay as far away from you. You on one side of the room. As soon as you come on my side, I'm walking over to the other side. That's me. Because I don't want no conflict. I don't want no
Well,
conflict. I don't want no
everybody ain't
drama
like
because
you.
I know me. I know, see, and I feel like that's me being responsible. I know me and I know what I'm capable of doing. I know that if you disrespect me in a crowd of people, bitch, I'm fucking your shit up. I'm gonna cut you everywhere but the bottom of your feet. So to avoid all that, let me take myself and go on the other side of the room because I don't have to cut your ass, bitch. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I don't understand. I don't get why people put themselves in certain positions. Somebody say, "Oh well, okay." Let's say I'm not saying that somebody did this to you because I know ain't nobody ever gonna do this to you. Let's say you were jumped by about five guys, right? And you knew who they were, and you were invited to a party, right? And the person that invited you to the party said, "Well, such and such, these guys that jumped you, they gonna be there. You going?"
Would have pat and fucked them up.
I'm not going. I'm gonna say no, thank you, but no, thank you. Not because I'm afraid, but for that very reason, what you said. Because I'm coming with a bat. I'm coming with a bat. I'm coming with a gun. I'm coming with a knife. I'm coming to fuck shit up. Your party is not gonna be a, a queen pin party. I'm coming and I'm coming with the vengeance. I'm coming out the water like the Kraken, honey. So to avoid all of that, I'm just gonna stay
Well, see,
home.
you went to the extreme. Now, like, for
Even
example,
if it was a person.
what did happen to me was I didn't get invited to one of my so-called friends' party because they invited somebody that did not like me,
Hmm.
and they felt that they didn't want us in the same room.
Right.
And I was like, but
You found a problem with that?
yeah, I found a problem with that. You
Why?
always in my house. You always eating my food. You always coming over to my house. We always chilling. So you going to exclude me from a party
But how
and
you know they
and
didn't have a
include
friendship
this
like that
person?
too?
They didn't have a friendship like that. I know to the extent of their
But do you know
friendship.
for sure?
So my thing was, no, their response was, I didn't think you wanted to come because they were there. I was like, well, first of all, you don't make that decision for me. That's
Hmm.
number one.
Right.
Number two, I know how to conduct myself where I would never have ruined your party for them. I would have showed up just to show you some love because you're my friend.
Right.
And if I felt that it was, too much, I would have left. But I would have came just to support you because I'm your friend.
Right.
You don't make that choice for me just because you know me and the person don't get along.
Right.
And it was like, you right, I shouldn't have did that, because at the end of the day, my feelings was hurt.
Right.
Because you always with me. When always with me.
But did you
I
see how
mean,
did you see how this
always.
person felt like they could have been in the middle of something?
That you was in the middle of something that really, if you didn't want to invite somebody, you shouldn't have invited them. Because you were always with me. You every Saturday we would go to the movies. Every Saturday you would be at my house and I would cook for you, or I would come to your house and you would cook for me. And all of a sudden you have a party and this person that's never involved with me and you like that, just because you know we don't get along, they heard you talk about the party, you invited them, so
Mm,
you gonna leave me to the side, which in my mind I'm like, oh, so they feel they satisfied now because I didn't get invited, but they did.
mm.
I was like, it's okay. And you know, for me, everything with that person changed.
Yeah, I mean,
Our whole
our friendship
friendship
would, yeah,
changed
our
because of
friendship
that.
would change. It would definitely
Because I'm
change.
like,
But what I would say to the person is, thank you for thinking of me in that situation.
no,
No,
I
no,
was
no,
mad.
no. Listen, I would say thank you for thinking of me in that situation. I was hurt because you didn't invite me, and I would leave it at that. But of course, our friendship would definitely change. It would definitely change as a result of that. Yeah.
Our friendship changed because I felt like, so this is what you do to me. This is what you think about me. One, you think I'm just going to create a situation.
To me, it sounds like this person was very passive. Number one. Number two is it sounds like this person just was a yes person and not a no person. You see what I'm saying? Person probably said, "Oh well, I want to come to the party." He said, "Okay, well you can come,"
Well,
but
the
then he was
shade
like, "Oh
is,
my
I
God, what
didn't
am I going to
even.
do about Joe? Because Joe might fuck shit up."
Well, first of all, I found out there was a lot of parties going on that I didn't get invited to because this other person was getting invited to.
Mm-hmm.
So one by one, when I'm finding out, I'm like, but all you bitches come to my house when I have parties, and now y'all want to exclude me from shit because of this bitch. Okay. So I had my 40th birthday party, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this one bitch showed up, and I'm like, what are you doing here? I didn't invite you. Oh, well, I just came. I said, oh, if that's the type of bitch you are, honey, because you know, I didn't just invite myself to your parties that you never invited me to, girl. But if that's what you want to do, honey, since you feeling fab like that, then, you know, just don't drink my liquor, bitch, because you don't deserve anything. Because you know I'm a shady bitch, honey. I started to kick the bitch out, but I said, no, I'm not in the mood for the bullshit.
Sure, at that point, I would have turned around and walked away. You gonna put exclusions on me, but some people they just
First of all, why would you come to a party you wasn't even invited to?
I wouldn't.
Because you want to prove a point?
I wouldn't.
What point is it that you proving, bitch? Your parties ain't that important, then I'm gonna just show up because I'm not that girl.
Yeah, I wouldn't come to a party that I wasn't invited to.
I know I'm not. I'm not that pressed.
Me neither. I'm not. I'm just not.
Your party
I'm
is
not even
not
coming
that
to a party
important.
that somebody invites me to without knowing the person, said, okay,
But see, these are the things that happen. This is why I told you how fickle Maryland people are, honey. Because that's what they do. That's what they do. They think they doing something, honey, and they ain't doing nothing but
mm,
making themselves look stupid.
yeah, but
But anyway, as y'all see pinned to the top of the page, as y'all see pinned to the top of the page, if you can help support those three little boys for Christmas by going on the Amazon wish list and purchasing something for them. It'll go straight to their mom, so that way you don't have to worry about anything. You just purchase them a toy from their wish list and have it sent directly to them for Christmas. Let's do that. Christmas is only a couple of days away. So please, 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 you remember what Christmas gave when you was a child. If you can. I know it's hard. Believe me, I know it's hard. Trust me, honey. A broke bitch like me, believe me, I know it's hard. And when I tell you I'm a broke bitch, I'm a broke bitch. So I get it.
and you're right, Trisha. If you pay attention, you'll know if a person doesn't like you. You do. But some people can be so damn deceitful that you don't even see it until, you know, it's either too late or some shit done went down.
Right, Melissa. I agree with you 100%. You chose to exclude my presence, so I'm gonna exclude myself little by little from your life. And I hate being like that. You know, there's a part of me that hates that, but I'm the type of person, if I'm your friend, I'm your friend. And once you do something to me, I'm not gonna not be your friend. But everything about our friendship is going to change on my side. Because I'm not going to trust you no more. I'm not going to feel the same way I felt about you. I'm just not. Right, Monica? I agree. I'm at that point in my life where I protect my peace at all costs.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I don't have time. I have a little, y'all might laugh when I say this, but I have a little candle in my head, and that little candle has a light. And as long as that light is burning bright, I'm good. If that light go out, honey, somebody got a problem, and it ain't me. I just keep my peace. Every time I want to lose it, I just visualize my
I
little
try to
candle
keep my
burning.
peace, but sometimes people just won't let up
And
and
as
they won't
long as
let
I
you.
see my little candle burning, I'm good.
Some people just won't let you keep your peace, and sometimes you just have to just get off the chain, and that's what I hate. I don't hate, being a certain way, but I hate those people that try to poke the bear, as they say. Um, those people that you ain't saying nothing to them, you ain't doing nothing to them, but they always trying to poke you. And most of the time, people try to people that poke you, they know that they are miles and miles away from you, and the shit that they say, you would never they would never say it in your face. That's what I hate. I hate people that throw rocks and hide their hands, and I hate people that talk shit and they know that they ain't gonna never see you, or the chances of y'all seeing each other are slim to none.
Or they talk shit, and then when you want to knock them in their motherfucking face, they want to call the
Yeah, they want to
police.
call the police. You
You
done got
should have called the police when you was talking shit,
right.
bitch. Don't call the police now that I'm
Oh,
knocking
now you
you.
want to call the police because I
Because
threatened
in that
you.
case, honey, I'll proudly carry my ass to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ain't got a motherfucking thing to lose, honey.
Yeah,
And I ain't
it's
even
like
gonna lie.
it's like you see and you talk all this shit. Now you want to get restraining orders and call the police and call the FBI and call the Secret Service and shit.
But if
But
you
you
wasn't,
got all this mouth. You got all this mouth, and you talking all this shit. But now you want to get law
that's because
enforcement
people think they
involved.
can say whatever they want with no repercussions, and it don't work that way.
It don't.
It don't work. No, it works that way because that's the people that they ran into.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they run into a bitch that's gonna fuck them up, then all of a sudden they don't. Oh, I don't know what you so upset about, bitch. I'm upset about your fucking mouth, and I'm gonna break your motherfucking jaw to teach you a lesson
Right.
to stop running your motherfucking mouth. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly everybody else didn't break your motherfucking jaw.
Melissa said everyone gets a clean slate. Once you go to scratching it up, I'm gonna throw it away and I'm out. I may check you on the way out. I know that's right. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna throw it away. And once I throw it away, then I ain't really have nothing else for you. And that's a dangerous place for you to be. Y'all remember that live I did a couple of months ago when I said once I stop caring, then you're in danger. You in danger because the next time you come at me, it's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous.
And see, Trisha, you right. But the problem with most people is you don't. Most of us don't start out like a grizzly bear. We
Right.
start out like a nice little teddy bear, honey,
Mm-hmm.
and they think, "Oh, I got this sucker now." oh, I got this little fool now. And then when they start poking you and you turn into a grizzly bear, then
Mm-hmm.
it's all, it ain't shits and giggles no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's, oh my God, why are you reacting that way? Oh my God, what did I do? What did I say? Bitch, you know what you did and said. Don't sit there and
Right.
act stupid. You know exactly what you did and said. But what you didn't think was going to happen was that I was going to take, it's like, it's what I always say. Don't think you're going to slap me and I'm going to slap you back. Just because I choose to break all five of the fingers that you slapped me with, don't tell me I went to the extreme.
Right.
I didn't go to the extreme. Just because you slap me don't mean I'm going to slap you back. If I choose to cut off all five of your motherfucking fingers, that's what I choose to do. Don't think because you slap me, I have to slap you back. No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to teach you a lesson that that motherfucking hand shouldn't have been raised to slap me in the first place.
Right.
That's the difference. And that's where people get it twisted. They think you're supposed to do to them what they did to you.
Right.
And then when you go to the extreme on their ass, then it becomes, oh my God, I can't believe you did all of this because, well, bitch, guess what? You shouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
fucked with me. If
Right.
you didn't fuck with me, we wouldn't be here right now,
Right.
would we?
Right. That's just like I can't stand watching these reality shows when these women be going after each other, right? But then when somebody talk about somebody kids, it's like, oh, kids are off limits. No, they not. They not off limits when you trying it with me. When you sent for me and I didn't come for you. No, kids ain't off limits.
Let me let me
You know,
let me
you said something about my mama. You said something about my father. You know, you think I'm not gonna sit here and talk about how your motherfucking child eyes is cocked like a motherfucking pistol? No.
let me let me
Yeah, I
let
am.
me
I'm gonna say something. Your goddamn child. That's why your child eyes is cocked like a goddamn pistol.
let me give y'all a word to the wise that I've seen happen in these YouTube streets and I've seen happen in my real everyday life.
No, they ain't Reese Cup. They are not off limits. Not when
Let
you
me
hurt
let
my
me tell you
feelings.
something. Straight people tend to believe that they can say whatever they want to gay people, they can do whatever they want to gay people, and it's okay. What they don't understand is we don't have a
A
off
filter.
limit.
We don't have a
Nothing with
filter.
us is off
We don't have a
limits.
filter.
So if your mother crippled, if your grandmother died a horrible death, if like Tramel said, your child is cockeyed and bow-legged, when I get mad at you, I'm talking about
The
everything.
big guns is coming out.
Ain't nothing off limits. If you told me that you, whatever you told me that you didn't tell me to keep in confidence, honey, I'm going to say it to, and even if it's just me and you, I'm going to use it against you. I'm not, now I might not use it against you in a crowd because it was in confidence. But if it's just me and you and I'm reading you, honey, there's nothing off limits. You can sit there and cry and say, oh, that was so mean of you. Bitch, fuck you and fuck me. You pissed me off. And
Right.
now that you pissed me off, I'm gonna go in on every like a pit bull, honey. When a pit bull
Right.
attack, a pit bull don't sit back and say, "Oh, bitch, you kicked me. I'm gonna bite your foot." No, a pit bull is going to rip your motherfucking throat off, rip your hands and arms and legs off until
Right.
it's decided, bitch, I've had enough.
Right.
And that's what I'm gonna do with my mouth. Now
Right.
I can go. I ain't one of them people that get angry and gotta hit you, honey. Because if I get to that point, then you just fuck.
Yeah.
Because I will verbally assassinate your ass before I hit you, and I ain't even gonna lie. I'm one that will verbally. I will make you cry and kill yourself before I do anything because I just can't. I'm not gonna just fight people and stuff like that just because I can and I'm big. I'm not a bully like that. But this mouth, oh honey, I will let you have it, and not nothing is off limits when you get me to that point. And y'all saw that video that was taken down. I was to that point. I was to that point when I had had enough, and enough was enough, and I had to go in and verbally assassinate a bitch because I
Mm.
wasn't having it.
I agree with what Melissa said. She said, "Go ahead and send for me. What I come with is my choice." Exactly. What I come with is my choice. Now that you done sent for me, don't sit here and try to limit what's gonna come up out of this mouth, because you ain't gonna be able to do that. You're not. And I'm not gonna feel no type of way once I walk away from you, because if you try to do something to come for my jugular, I'm coming for yours too. And we're gonna see how much blood fly out of yours versus how much fly out of mine.
And really, the reason why I'm like that is because I don't bother nobody. I don't. I don't.
Trish
I
said,
don't.
I make somebody want to hit me. Me
Right.
too.
Me too.
Me too. I
I
make
will
you want to
make
hit
you
me.
want to hit me because
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't bother nobody. I don't purposely go after people. I do not. I have nobody can ever just tell you that Joseph just purposely came after them for no reason.
Hmm.
Believe me, with me, any and everything I say and do is just a repercussion of something you said and did to
Right.
me.
Right.
Never because I just looked at you and said, you know what, fuck that. I have looked at plenty of people, and Tremel can tell you, I have looked at people and be like, I don't like that bitch. I'm still cordial when I see you. Hey, how you doing? I'm not gonna stand there and try to hold conversation with you, but at the same time, if you ain't never did nothing to me, I'm not rude to you. I'm not nasty to you or none of that. I just know, or I'll tell him I don't like this bitch.
Hmm.
It's just something about this bitch I don't like. But if you like them, that's your business. But I'm just telling you now why I'm keeping it hello and goodbye. If they talk to me and try to have a conversation, I'll engage because I don't think it's your fault that I don't like you because you don't even know I don't like you. So I've just never been that type of person because I know people that'll look at you and go, I don't like you, and they start treating you mean and treating you fucked up for no reason. And the person is standing there like, well, I ain't never did nothing to them. I don't know why they acting like that. I'm not that person. But when you start fucking with me and messing with me, then we got a problem. Because I
Hmm.
don't bother nobody like that. I'm not a bully. I'm not mean to people.
Right.
I don't just treat people like shit to do it because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. I treat people the way that I want to be treated. And we all should treat people the way that we want to be treated. And
Right.
then there would be so much people.
Yeah. Even if you don't like them, you should treat people the way you want
Right.
to be treated.
That's what I'm saying. Even if Jamel can tell you, I have went places and looked at people that I don't like that bitch. And they walk right over to me. Hello, how are you? Hey, how are you? I'm fine. Because you didn't do nothing to me. My spirit met yours, and my spirit said, bitch, stay the fuck away from me. But that don't mean when you come over and say hello to me, I'm looking at you, hi, bitch. No, I'm not doing all of that. I don't have time nor
Right.
the energy to be, it takes too much energy to be negative and nasty to people. Too
Hmm.
much. It don't hurt you to say hello and smile and keep it moving. Especially when a bitch ain't did. Now, if you did something to me
That's a
and you
totally
trying to
different
be
story.
catty and walk over to me, I'll tell you in a minute, bitch, you know I don't like you, so why are you speaking to me?
Hmm.
I ain't got no problem telling a bitch, you know I don't like you and you don't like me, so why are you over here speaking to me,
Right.
bitch? Well, I'm just trying to be nice. Well, don't be nice, girl. We don't like each
Right.
other, so bye. I
Right.
ain't now. That's different. But if we ain't never exchanged no negativity, I'm not gonna be the one to do it
Right.
because you got people that do that. They know damn well they don't like you and you don't like them. And they see, hey, how you doing, bitch? Let's not play these games, girl. We don't like each other. We ain't got to be cordial.
Mm.
Just keep it moving.
Now, what do you think about people that just don't like you and they just you like? I remember one time it was this guy at my job. He didn't like me, right? So I confronted him on it. I was like, "Why? Why? What is your problem with me?" He was like, "I just don't like you." And I'm like, "Well, did I do something to you? Did I say something to you?" He was like, "No." He was
That
just like, "I don't like you."
makes me so. When I tell you that boils my blood, Tramel.
It boils mine too.
No, it boils my blood when a person knows that they didn't do something to somebody. First of all, I can't stand when people like what you did pisses me off. Because if I
Right.
know that I didn't do something to somebody and they just don't like me, fuck you. I don't care if you don't like me. Fuck you and sit there and don't like me till Jesus comes.
I mean,
Because
it wasn't a
one,
big concern of
I
mine.
know.
I just really wanted to
No, I'm
know. I'm
saying
like,
I know I didn't do nothing to you. Number one. So
well,
if
that's what I led off with. I
I
didn't do
know I
nothing
didn't
to
do
you. So
nothing to you.
what's your issue with me?
So I don't care why you don't like me. If you don't like me, you just don't. You just can't take it, bitch. And that's the way. See, that's when my conceited attitude and my stuck up bougie attitude comes in. Because if I know I didn't do nothing to you, in my mind, you just can't take it, bitch. You just can't take all this lovely known as Joseph. Fuck you and fuck your life, bitch, because I don't give a fuck. Don't like me. But I bet you won't tell me to my motherfucking face you don't like me, bitch. That's how I feel about that. And I know so many people that are friends of mine that have gone to people and be like, well, what's the problem? Why don't you like me? And I'm like, why do you do that? Fuck them. If they don't like you, they don't like you.
Right.
It's different when you know you didn't do something to somebody. Fuck them. Now it's different if you think you did something or you was in a conversation and you might have said something, and you think you did something or said something to offend somebody. That's different. But when you know damn well you and this person ain't never had words, they just from day one looked at you and decided, I don't like that bitch. I ain't going to nobody and ask them bitches why they don't like. Fuck you, bitch. You just can't take it. And as long as you can't take it, you stay over there. I'ma stay over here, bitch, and I'ma be great. And as long as you can't take the greatness known as motherfucking Joseph McCray, bitch, deal with it, honey. Live in it, soak in it, bathe in it, do whatever you gotta do in it, bitch, because I'm unbothered. Because I don't give a fuck about you, period.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
just how I feel.
that's what happened on my last job.
But I
The last
just,
job I just had, the guy that I almost wiped the store up with, he was like waiting for a reason to say something to me. And when he found the opportunity to say something to me, I I took that opportunity and I was getting ready to wear his ass the fuck out. Like, bitch, I know you don't like me, so let me give you what you want. Let me give you what you want. So I'm
see,
just
hey, Charlene, you know what? You know what?
I've never been in a space
Reese
where I
Cup
didn't like somebody because of just by
and
looking
Reese
at them.
Cup, I feel like you give people power when you go ask them, what did I do? And I just feel like I'm not giving somebody you said that's and I guess that's how I feel like I'm giving you power by asking you why you don't like me. Because it's like I want your friendship or I want you to like me. So what's the problem?
No,
Like
that's not
that's
what it
why I
was. That's
won't.
not what it
No,
was
no, no.
about.
I'm not saying for you. I'm saying that's why I just don't care.
What it was about for me was I had to work with this person. So my thing was is that I had to with this person. I had to work with this person closely. I didn't want to be at work and have no misunderstandings or have you trying to sabotage me or anything like that. So my boss told me to go to this person and find out what the problem was because that's what I want to
Oh
know.
no, honey.
What's the problem?
The boss would have had to find out because
What's
I
your
would have
problem?
said
What's your problem with me?
I would have said you find
You
out
know
because
what I'm
I don't
saying?
care.
Because whatever your problem with me is, then I'm not saying that it can be fixed. I ain't trying to fix it or nothing like that. But now I know how to act accordingly. And from this point on, I know. I can make a decision whether I want to work with you or not. Like my last job, when I turned around and I walked out the door, right? I made a decision right then and there. I could not work with this dude. I couldn't work with him because for me to work with him meant that he was going to try with me again and I was going to have to beat his ass. And so I said, instead of me just staying here and enduring this shit, because I ain't got to put up with this shit, bitch. I'm going to take my shit and I'm going to walk out the door. That's it.
Before I
I'm not
moved
gonna put
to
myself in a position with
before
somebody that does not like me or with somebody that I've had conflict with, especially it almost came to blows. I'm not gonna put myself in because as soon as I put myself in that position, then I'm going to dark mode. Every time I see you, I'm going to dark mode, and I'm waiting for a reason. Bitch, bump into me. You better not blink your motherfucking eye at me. Cause the reason it's going, I'm going to find a reason to fuck you up.
my last job before I moved to Georgia, we was outside smoking cigarettes, and I said something about my boss. I said she a stupid bitch, and I don't know how she got that position because she just as dumb as a bag of rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. Lily White had to go tell her what I said, right? So then it became this whole big thing because I called her a bitch and I said she was stupid. So it was like five of us plus the Lily White bitch. So of course, when it came back to me when I got in trouble, I'm like, I know who said it. And they was like, well, there was a but. Trust me, I know who said it. Well, you can't be sure. I said, believe me, I know who said it. So let's not play these games. Well, did you say it? I said, yeah, I said it. I said it. I'm not going to sit down and make four other people write a statement of what happened and what they heard and what was said and all of this. I said it. Now what? Well, why would you say? Because she's stupid. She's stupid to me. She don't know her job. I do her job better than her, and I should have it. And she should be doing my job, and I should be doing her job because she's stupid. It's just that simple. I said it, and I meant what I said. So they didn't know what to do because nobody ever, you know, nobody ever had like owned up to shit that they said like that before. Then of course everybody, oh no, that's not what I said. I said this, and I said yeah, I said it, and I meant what I said.
Mm.
So of course she wants to have me. She was. She wants to have me. They like, well, we think you owe her an apology. I said I don't owe her an apology because I didn't say it to her. It's not my problem. Somebody wanted to come back and tell her what I said. Well, Joseph, we think. I said okay, well, whatever. So me and her had a conversation. Child, she like to die. I said, look, I'm not sorry that I said what I said because I meant what I said. Now I am sorry that somebody felt the need to overhear my conversation and come back and tell you what I said. Because if it was meant for you to hear, I would have said it to you. But I can't do nothing about that. But I meant what I said, and I really feel the way that I feel. And
Mm.
she was like, "Well, why do you feel that way?" I said, "Because you don't do your job." I said, every time somebody asks you to help them or do something, you come up with a reason, an excuse why you can't do it or why you busy or whatever. I said, that's not what your job description says you're supposed to do. She gagged. I said, but again, like I said, I'm not sorry for what I said. I'm sorry that somebody felt the need to come back and tell you what I said. Because I would rather tell you out of my own mouth what I said and why I said what I said. But now that you know, it is what it is.
Right.
She didn't know what to say. And I'm like, what do y'all think I was going to do? Say I didn't say it? Bitch, I said it. And that's my problem. That's why I get mad at people when they lie on me. Because if I said something, I ain't got no problem with telling you I said it and why the fuck I said it. Because I don't give a fuck. You ain't going to do nothing to me. What are you going to do? Absolutely nothing.
Right.
But what she did and asked me why I felt that way. And I'm going to tell you why I felt that way. And you can either take it and leave it or take it and leave it. Because there's nothing you can do about it
Right.
at that point.
Right.
You ain't going to do nothing to me for feeling the way I feel and saying what I said.
Hmm.
And I'm like, it don't make sense to me.
Right. And see, I hate that too. Don't lie on me. Don't tell lies because I'm honest enough and transparent enough to tell my own truth. First of all, I would rather my truth come from me than to come from you. Number one. Number two is don't lie. Don't lie on me. Oh God, Joseph, when I was a kid, I cannot tell you how many beatings I got, how much trouble I got into in school from like kids like lying on me, saying that I did something to them and I didn't, or saying I said something to them and I didn't. I had this one kid, he told the teacher that I cursed. And back in our day, the teachers used to be able to beat you and stuff. So the teacher took me in the back room and she beat me with a ruler. I mean, she beat the shit out of me with that damn ruler. I didn't curse at this boy. I didn't curse at all. But I ended up getting in trouble for it simply because the teacher believed him over me. And I'm like, and I think that's one of the things, one of the triggers for me. That's a big trigger for me. If you lie on me, I'm if you lie on me, first of all, if you lie on me and I'm right there and you lie on me, you get fucked up. But if you lie on me, I'm going to call you on your shit. I'm gonna call you on your shit.
I can't. And James said that I agree with you. I don't start shit, but fuck with me and it's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's
And
over.
I guess that's why I get so mad at and I go to the extreme because I don't bother nobody. And I try to live in my perfect peace.
Hmm.
And I say my perfect peace because what my peace is might not be your peace or somebody else's perfect peace. I like to live in what my perfect peace is, and I don't bother nobody. And I'm a firm believer in I treat people the way that I want to be treated. So I treat everybody nicely. I speak to everybody nicely. I'm not rude to people.
Mm.
All of that. When all of that changes, it's because you changed.
Right. You change.
And when you change, then I change, and see when I change, then it becomes a problem.
Right.
Then it's, oh, you're different. No, bitch, I'm not different. I'm treating you the way you treated me.
Right.
How about that?
Trisha said she said I had a bitch get mad at me for me asking her, had she been drinking? And she said I called her an alcoholic. And you know what, Trish, I'm so glad that you made that point, because so many times we as people don't listen. We don't listen. We only hear what we want to hear. Now you heard what Trish said. She said she asked the girl, "You been drinking?" And the girl all of a sudden just said, "You call me an alcoholic." No, bitch, I ain't called you no motherfucking alcoholic. I said, bitch, you been drinking.
Right.
Have you been drinking? But people here, I say this, and y'all, it took me almost 50 years to realize it. That we hear what we want to hear. We can take a whole conversation that somebody having with us, and we'll pick out one thing in that conversation, and we will hold on to that, and we will dig in somebody's ass for that one goddamn word, or that one thing that they put their hands on. We do it all the time. That's why now, when if I'm in a debate with you, or if I'm in a discussion with you, I want to hear I make sure you got my undivided attention, and I hear every single thing that you have said. Because the one thing that the Lord done blessed me with, child, at 54 years old, I got a good memory when it comes to engaging with people. I can me and you, we can have a conversation 6 months ago, and I will remember every single word of that conversation that we had. I remember everything. I'll be like, no, honey, this is how it went. It went A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's how it went. No, Miss Singh, no, that's not how it went. This is how it went. It went A, B, C, D, E. I'm just like that. Even from my child, like I be talking to my mom, and I be talking to my sisters about stuff that happened when we were kids, and they be like, Jamel, how did you remember that? I just got a good memory like that. That's got a good memory like that.
But then get up out the bed and can't remember what he got
And
up for.
exactly, I can get out the bed, honey. I can't remember what the fuck I got up for. Like my cousin Mark, I remember the day that him and I stopped letting him sexually abuse me. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember everything I said to him. I remember everything he said to me. I remember all of it. You know what I'm saying? Those are things I don't know what it is. I just don't forget stuff. I don't forget stuff like that, especially when you done me wrong. Especially when you done me wrong. I do not forget. I can go back to that time, and I can tell you every single thing that you did. Everything. It's something. It is. It's something. Y'all, this new year is coming up, y'all. And I think that it's time for all of us to make a change. I'm not saying you got to atone for nothing. You ain't got to atone. You ain't got to make amends. And see, that's the problem. People are always trying to atone and make amends for shit, instead of just moving forward and just saying, okay, well, I'm going to be a better person, or I'm going to be a better coworker, or I'm going to be better at my job. I'm going to be a better driver. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to be a better parent than I was the year before. Instead of saying, well, I'm going to apologize to this person, I'm going to make amends to this person, you ain't got to do all of that. I think in this new year, all of us need to make a resolution to
Be a
be
better
better
thing.
at life, at dealing with life, because there's really, in reality, y'all, if you can get over, I mean, there's nothing in life that we cannot deal with. There's nothing in life you can't, like, you can deal. I mean, my father's been dead. It's going on 22 years. February 4th. 2022 will make it 22 years that my father has passed away. It's not a day that I don't think about him, but I've gotten over him passing. You see what I'm saying? I've gotten over that. If I can make it through that, if I can make it through all of my loved ones that are not here anymore, if I can get through that, then I can get through anything. It ain't nothing in this world that I can't get over. Um, and things, and yes, time makes it heals wounds. Time also allows you to move forward. You have to give the. I'm not saying that you got to, conquer all these things head on in one day or whatever. But time does heal wounds, and it also heals your heart. Time also allows you the space to move forward. A lot of us need to learn how to move forward in life instead of going to, like Joseph always tell me, he'd be like, Tramel, you need to stop digging in your past. Stop going in your past and picking out all the bad stuff that happened to you. Stop doing that because you ain't doing nothing but becoming a hindrance to yourself. You sabotaging yourself. You destroying yourself. And he's right. Once I started just saying, you know what? I'm going to move forward. I'm going to move forward in life and not hold on to all these negative things that have happened to me in my past. I was able to move forward. That's why I have a relationship with my mom now. Like my mom, I love my mom to death. You know I do, Joseph. Like
Yep.
I speak to my mother every single day. But a year ago, we weren't even speaking because I wanted to hold her responsible for every bad thing that she did to me when I was a kid. I realized, Tramel, those things happen to you. You can't go back and change them. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of your life. You can't go back and change it. So why are you holding on to it? And this was my thinking. Christmas Eve, I picked up the phone and I called my mother and I had a discussion with her. And I told her, I asked her why didn't she ever pick up the phone and call me? Because that's me trying to make her responsible. She said, well, I didn't call you because you told me you didn't want to hear from me no more. That's why I didn't pick up the phone and call. And I was like, well, Mama, you should have loved me enough to pick up the phone and call me. But she didn't. It's not that she didn't love me. It was that she just didn't pick up the phone and call me because she felt like she didn't want that. I didn't want to hear from her. So I had to get out of that. I had to get out of that trying to make a person responsible, making her responsible for the reason, for my reasonings for being mad with her or not speaking to her. I had to let it go and say, you know what? This is who your mother is now. This is who she is. If she don't treat you like, if she can't pick up a belt and beat you no more. She can't tie you to a chair and beat you no more. She can't do these things to you anymore. Nor are you going to get an acknowledgement or an apology for her doing these things because I didn't come with no handbook. And y'all, I'm not trying to justify what happened to me as a child. There's a lot of us out there that can say our parents wore us the Joseph. It's a lot of us out there that can say our parents wore our asses out. We got our asses tore out the frame. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of us that can say that. But how many of us are holding on to it? You got to let it go. You got to let it go.
All right, Monica, I agree with you. You have to take your accountability for the part you played, and you got to move on.
You got to
And
move
being
on.
self-aware is everything.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
And to piggyback on what Tramel said, the rest of us, when he said ain't nothing you can't do and get through, y'all already know what I'm gonna say. If you lost your mother like I did and you still here to tell the story, child, that's the hardest thing you
And,
ever
and
go.
that's an accomplishment.
That's the
Like Joseph, I
hardest
can't
thing
even imagine.
you
My
will
mother is still
ever
here.
go through in your life.
Yeah.
And if you can still be here and still hold your head up high and still live life, honey, There ain't nothing in this world that you
Yeah.
can't conquer. Nothing. It
Yeah.
may seem like that at first, cause I tell you, when it first happened, you feel like an orphan, honey. If you ain't never felt like an orphan, trust me, when your mother died, you feel so alone and child is I can't even explain it. You just feel like an orphan.
Hmm.
And I don't care how old your mama is and how long she lived, when she gone, your lifeline gone, and you just
Yeah.
feel it. You feel it, you feel it, you
Yeah.
feel it. But when you can still live and say, I'm still here and I'm still doing a good job and I'm still making her
Hmm.
proud, there ain't nothing else you gotta
Well,
worry
some
about.
for some people it's fathers too, but
No, but
um,
your mother is different, Tramel, because
yeah.
your mother, you were in her for 9 months,
Hmm.
and it's just a different feeling. It's I can't explain
No, I'm
it.
just speaking for the people that
No, no,
didn't
no,
grow up
but
with their mother. I'm
no,
just saying.
but even them, they have. It's even if you didn't grow up with your mother, you, it's weird.
It's just
It's like
it's an endearment.
it's a piece of you that just is gone, and
Yeah.
you know that it's gone,
Hmm.
and it's like I can't even explain it. I can't. I always explain
Like,
it
I
like
mean, for people that have lost their both parents, I can't even imagine what that feels like, because you feel like, damn, my mom's gone, my dad's gone. I'm
you just feel
alone.
alone.
You
Because
feel
like
alone.
me, I don't have no grandparents. I don't have no parents. It's just me and my sister and my brother.
Hmm.
I mean, but technically, if you want to say me and Tracy, because I didn't grow up with my brother, it's just me and Tracy.
Right,
We
right.
we all we got.
Hmm.
So it's like, you just sit back in this world and go, damn, it's just me and my sister. Like the fuck,
Hmm.
and it makes y'all get closer because you realize we all we got. And then you start sitting back going, well, damn, if something happened to me, she only got herself. Or I'm sure she think if something happened to me, Joe ain't got nobody.
Right.
And that becomes a staple in your head as well.
Hmm.
So it's like, it's a hard situation. It's a lot, but you get through it. You believe me, you get through it.
Yeah, you do.
It don't get. I hate saying that you get over it because you never get over it. It just gets better with time.
It
It
does.
gets more tolerable with time.
Yeah.
And the problem is, time for everybody is different. So
Hmm.
what somebody may be over in 2 years
Like,
or
who is
two
that friend
months,
that you got that lived in Chicago? You said he always go to his mother and father grave. He be at their grave
yeah,
every other day.
every year, and I just think that it's like, it's too much for me. I couldn't do that. I couldn't just sit and go to my mother's grave and my grandmother's grave and just sit there. And I can't do it. Like,
Do you know how many times I've been to my dad? Now, my dad's been dead for 22 years. You know how many times I've been to his grave?
how many?
Three.
Honestly, I ain't been to my mother's grave
I've
not
been
one
there three
time.
times, and here's the reason why. Because he's not there.
Hey, Erica.
He's not there. That was just something to. That's just something that happens in life. When somebody dies, you either go to the cemetery, you put their ashes in an urn and sit their ass on a goddamn shelf. But for me, my dad is not there. My father is all around me. He's always around me. My mother looks at me. You see her, she laugh. She'd be like, "Chimera, you look just like your father." He's in me. So for me, he's not there. And
I
so,
guess for me, when my mother was in the hospital and me and Tracy went before they pronounced her dead, I could see that her spirit had left her body and it was just a
right, I remember
shell.
you telling me about
It
that.
was just a shell. Like, it was just, we knew something was wrong without anybody even telling us. Like,
Hmm.
you could see
Right.
her spirit was already gone.
Yeah.
Her body was there, but her spirit was gone.
Hmm.
And for me to see that just let me know, okay, she's gone. She's happy. She's gone.
Right.
This is just her
I
body.
think that's the way I've dealt with death. Period. When it comes to people, is like, and I say this all the time. I don't look at death as being the end. I think death is just a part of this journey. I don't know if we die in the next life, but I think that everybody has a journey that they go on. Your spirit never dies, so your spirit has a journey that it goes on.
True, but even
And
though I saw that, it didn't make it no easier. It was still, Because the selfish side of me was standing there like I want my mommy, like a little kid.
Yeah.
I was standing there in
Right. You
my
want her to
head,
be here.
and
Right.
I was like a 5-year-old boy standing there at 39 years old in my head screaming, "I want my mommy. Where's my
Mm-hmm.
mommy?"
Mm-hmm.
But I'm standing there like she's gone. Like this is she. It was weird. It was like
Yeah.
my
See, I
mother
don't
was
never
like,
look at my father as being gone. Like
no. When I
sometimes
say
I
that,
say, sometimes I say,
no. When I
you
say
know,
she's gone, her body was there, but she was gone. The
right.
person I
Yeah.
knew,
Just the vessel
her
was there.
spirit was gone, and
Right.
I could see that she was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Her body was there, but she was gone. So that didn't make it easy for me. It just made my spirit scream out, "Mommy, mommy, come back." But
Mm-hmm.
it is weird because the human part of me knew she was that was just her body, but my spirit was screaming on the inside, "Mommy, come back, mommy, come back," and there was nothing I could do.
See, I was always able to separate the two. Like,
No, I'm saying at that moment you do, but your spirit is screaming for hers to come back. But my
mm-hmm.
physical knew that she was is I can't explain it, and I'm probably not explaining it in a way y'all can understand me. But it
Mm-hmm.
was like my spirit was reaching for hers when I knew it was gone, but my physical self knew that that was just her body.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, and you might not understand what I'm saying,
I hear what
but
you're saying. See, my pastor explained it to me
the
years ago.
selfish
I
side of
remember
me.
when my father passed away. My pastor said, he said, Tramel, he said, look at all the things that your father was going through while he was here. My father was a drinker. He had diabetes. He had kidney disease. He had heart issues and stuff like that. He was like, look at all the things that your dad was going through while he was here. He ain't going through that no more. He ain't in no more pain. He ain't got to take no more medication. He don't have to, he's much better. He's in a much better place. He's in a better place. And that is what really, you know, it really like opened my eyes to, what being here in this world is versus leaving this world.
And that's what brought me comfort too, that she wasn't
Yeah,
in
it
pain.
comforted me
She
to the
wasn't
point where, because
suffering.
that's all I was thinking about. The only thing I wasn't thinking about, oh, my dad is not here, I'm never going to see him anymore. I was thinking about, is he okay, is he all right, wherever he is he okay, is he all right? And then I started to think, well, knowing the person that my grandmother was, he probably right with my grandmother. Knowing the person that that my aunt Beatrice was, he's with her too. He's with everybody that has passed on, that has ever loved him.
Well,
He's
I
with
could
them.
see the peace
you
on my
know
mother's face, so I knew she was okay. I just was glad that she wasn't in pain no more and
Yeah,
she
I was
wasn't
always able to
suffering.
separate. The body is a vessel. That's all I've been ever
But
been told.
it is what it is.
Growing up, is that your body is a vessel. And then when I became old enough, I realized that in science we learn that when a person dies, their body decomposes and it turns into dust. And so that's how I was able to separate the two. I'm not I'm not going to be horrified by, like, oh God, y'all got my mother in the ground, she's going to deteriorate, and I'm not for me it's not like that, because I know that her presence, her physical presence being here was her physical presence. That's the body that God chose for her to be here in. And that's how I see her.
Now for me,
But her
I don't know
spirit, my mother's,
how.
like my father, his spirit lives on. It just lives on. And that's what I think really makes me okay
I don't
and
know how
satisfies me.
only children do it. Cause I don't know how I would feel right now if I didn't have a sibling. I don't. I don't know how I would feel because that has got to be when you were only child and both your parents are dead and
Mm,
both your grandparents are dead.
hmm.
That has got to be a horrible feel. You feel like you in the world all alone.
Right.
And I don't know how. I don't know how that feels, and I can't talk about how that feels. I can only imagine how that must feel.
Hmm.
But anyway, we're not going to talk about that around Christmas time.
No, we know. We're gonna talk about happier times. Like I said, guys,
Like
today.
I said, go to that Amazon wish list if you
Yes.
can and buy those little boys something for Christmas and send it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, everything on that Christmas list is not expensive.
Right.
Well, I don't think it's expensive. It may be expensive to some people
Yeah.
because what's expensive to others ain't expensive to others. But if
Mm-hmm.
you can be a blessing for one of the three little boys this year, please do so.
Yeah, and try to be a blessing to anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be these three young boys. Of course, we would like for you to
You
contribute
could
to
be a
them.
blessing to
Be a
us.
blessing to anybody. Just be a
Because
blessing to
believe
anybody. Like
me,
I've known people. I
how did he
remember.
say we need a
I
blessing?
remember. I remember. A couple of years ago, when I was with my boyfriend, this girl that I knew at Walmart, she was like, y'all got money for Thanksgiving dinner, and we were like, no. She was like, okay, I'm gonna get y'all Thanksgiving dinner, and she came over and she bought us a turkey. She bought us all the side dishes and everything to go, to cook for Thanksgiving, and she just did it out the kindness of her heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Be a believer. You don't never know how you're going to be a blessing to people. I remember when I first moved back up to Jersey, I went to a friend's house for Thanksgiving, and there was this homeless man laying on the street, um, and he was just laying there because that's where he lived. There, he lived on this corner, and so I had a plate in my hand that I had made, you know, to bring home with me. But when I saw this homeless man, it was just set in my heart to just give him my plate. And I said, this plate is cold. I said, I don't know if you could find some place to warm it up. I said, but this is a plate that I wanted to take, that I was taking home for myself, but I would rather give it to you. And that man was so grateful. He was so grateful. If you can be a blessing to anybody, if it can be an elderly person, because y'all, and y'all, let me tell y'all something about elderly people. Elderly people are lonely. They are lonely. It's some of them out here. They got kids that don't come and see them. They got kids. They got kids that don't even call them to see how they doing. You know, reach out to somebody elderly and just give them a nice birthday, a nice Christmas card. That's something that you can do. Um,
And reach out to your
or
strong friends.
volunteer at your local homeless shelter to help feed people for Christmas, or if you have a couple of cans of whatever in your cabinets that you're never going to use, take them down to the homeless shelter and donate it. Take clothes down to the homeless shelter, coats, shoes, whatever you can, to just give back, because that's what Christmas is really about. That's what Jesus was really about.
And
Jesus was about giving back.
don't forget to check on your strong friends. Because those are the ones that are probably breaking down on the inside
Hmm.
because they ain't telling you what's really wrong.
Right.
The strong ones. It ain't the ones you think that are weak and crying and always crying somewhere. Those ain't the ones you
It's
got to
the ones
check
that
on.
got a smile on their
It's the
face all the
ones that
time.
always you look at them and go, "Oh, you a rock. Don't nothing bother you."
Right.
Those are the ones that you need to check on around
Hmm.
this time of year,
Hmm.
because you never know. If your friend don't have their mom, check on them. Because trust me, that now is the time where it bothers them the most.
Yep.
Now is the time where it bothers them the most.
Yep.
And Melissa, I didn't know you was the only child. You fit what I
Wow.
just said. Oh, but we gonna get through all of this, y'all. We all of us. I know quite a few of us in this chat that have lost our mamas, so we could be strong for each other. Because I'm a firm believer in nobody understands how we feel and what we go through unless they've been through it. And yeah, because I used to get mad at people when they tell me, "Oh, I understand," and I will go off. I'm like, "You don't understand shit. If you can pick up that phone and call your mama, you don't understand none of what I feel. Absolutely none of it. But when you and me in the same boat, I get it. I know how you feel.
Hmm.
I understand how you feel.
Hmm.
And we any time y'all go through it, just email me. I might sit and cry with you, because I ain't gonna lie. It bothers me when I hear people go through what I went through. Because I put myself, my head goes right back to that space. And I will sit and cry with you, but we ain't gonna cry for long. I
Hmm.
promise you that. But
And believe it or not, y'all, kids understand more than what y'all think they do, especially these kids. They most of these kids today can use a smartphone before they can talk.
Hey, best friend.
Okay, they can use a smartphone before they can talk. So this year, I want y'all to do two things. This is what I want everybody to do. I want everybody that has children or have children in your life to sit down and explain to them about what this holiday really means. It's okay. I mean, give them gifts. Give them gifts, but explain to them why you're giving them the gift that you're giving them. Okay. Number two is during this Christmas season, I want you to think about what you're going to do different in the new year. I'm not a resolution. I don't want to hear no resolution because we all make resolutions and we don't never stick to them. Think about what you're going to do in the in the new year, how you're going to
Just
be
to be a better
in the
you.
new in the new year. You know, and if you don't know what you really want to focus on, it's okay. If there's several things that you want to focus on, like me and Joseph, we got so many different things to focus on, y'all, right now, like because we're
Now, honey,
moving.
Tramel give me a bunch of things to focus on, honey.
Yeah.
Cause his mind be all over the place, child. He don't realize he give me anxiety, honey. Cause he just be throwing shit at me, and Joseph needs a plan, honey. Joseph don't work like Tramel. Joseph need a plan, and that plan I need to work everything out in the plan one by one. Tramel just be throwing hundreds of things at me at one time, and child, I be having anxiety attacks, but I don't tell him.
Yeah.
Because when I do tell him, he think I don't be on board or he think I don't want to talk about it, and it ain't that. It's that Joseph need a plan. I don't work well with Tramel. Is like a brainstormer. Tramel will come up with 30 different things and sit there and try to plan or figure out all 30 different things. Joseph don't work that way. I need one thing at a time, and I can make each thing happen as it comes along. But I just let him talk because when he like if I start trying to debunk it or make it make sense to me, he think I ain't on board, and it don't be like that.
It's
It's
nothing I
just
don't
that
think you on board.
I be trying to plan it out in my head, like give it a plan, and when it ain't making sense to me, and then he gets mad and thinks that I don't want to do it, and I'm like, no, that's not it. That's not it. I be
Nine
trying to
times
make
out of
it.
10, I don't think you mad.
No, no,
You
I be
know,
trying to make
nine
it make
times out of
sense.
10, I be mad at you because you be looking at that damn phone while I'm talking to
No,
you.
but you know I pay attention
I
100%, and
know
I
you
know what
pay
you're talking
attention a
about.
100%, but I don't need for you to pay
But I
attention a
no
100%
because
and be on that
no
damn phone, Joseph.
because you don't understand. You come at me with 30 different fucking things. I got to do something to keep my mind. You don't understand the way you think. I can't think that way. It's too much in my head at once. It's like
Well,
too
I'm done
much.
trying to change you because I done told you. You know how I feel about when I'm having a serious
No, no, I have
conversation
to
with you
focus. You don't
and
understand. But
you on your
the
phone. I
problem
know
is
you're a
you
type
don't
person.
understand.
Listen, I know you're the type person that multitask, and you're right.
It's not even that
I can have a conversation with you, and you be looking at that damn phone, and you can repeat everything I just said to you verbatim. That's
because I
not what
have
it's
to
about for me.
focus, and you don't understand. I have to
I do.
focus,
I do.
and focusing for me, if I'm sitting, even if I'm sitting on my phone just pushing a button playing the game, I'm focused on what you're saying. I'm not even focused on the game, to be honest with you. I'm focused on what you're. The game is just keeping me focused on what you're saying because you know, you do. You would start one telling me we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, we need to do that, and then
Mhm.
if I'm not focused, you're gonna give me an anxiety attack because I'm
Yeah.
gonna be all over the place. Like, okay, well, how is this gonna
Well, the only
happen?
reason why
And
I
how is
jump
that
down
gonna
your
happen?
throat,
And how is this
but
gonna
why do I
happen?
always
And
jump
how
down
is
your
that gonna
throat?
happen?
I always
And how
jump
is
down
this
your
gonna
throat
happen?
because I'd be like, Joseph, if you don't put that damn phone
What did I just
down.
tell you before we got on live? I said before we had a plan,
Hmm.
we was talking about making a plan.
Right.
Now that we got a plan, we ain't talking about the plan no more. That gives me anxiety because, like, okay, just because we know a plan is in action, we need to start making it happen, or talking about it, or talking about how we gonna keep the plan
Right, but we talked about
into
it. So I'm like, what's the
into
sense of having a
rolling.
conversation about it anymore? Because we talked about it. We talked about what we were
Right.
gonna do. So let's just get up and do it. That's it.
I'm just a person that I have to plan everything out.
Well, guys, big and great things are about to happen for the McCray Kings. Um, we're really putting our foot into our into our brand next year. That's what we're going to do. We're really going to put our best foot forward when it comes to us being the McCray Kings. Also, we're rebranding ourselves. We will no longer be the McCray Kings. We will be known in social media as the MKingz.
Hey,
And
Monica.
there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. It's more personal than anything. But we will be known next year as the MKingz. You might see a name change on our YouTube channel. Mm-mm. You may see a name change on our YouTube channel. I don't know. Does that take away our subscribers when we change our name?
I don't think so.
So you'll see you probably will see the MKingz instead of seeing the McCray Kings on our YouTube channel and all across the board. Where we can change it, we're going to change it. I mean, we are the McCray Kings. Our last name is McCray, but professional wise, we're going to be known as the MKingz. Um, we have a lot of work to do. Joseph and I, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of plans to do a lot more um, next year. And our presence is not going to be, we're not going to be present a lot in the beginning of the year. But trust me, when we come back, you guys are going to love us. So, with that being said, guys, make sure you're watching us on all social media platforms.
I guess y'all know what that is by now. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, right here on YouTube. I said YouTube, didn't I? My
Mm-hmm.
fault. I gotta pay. Now, see, this time I wasn't paying attention. Just
Oh,
make
Monica,
sure.
hold on. Monica, you got that video? The hold the phone video? Okay. Let me know. If you do, send me the link. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's try this again. Follow us on all social media platforms. That would be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and share us out to a friend. Don't keep us all to yourself. Share us out to some of the people you know. Tell them about the MKingz. Let them know that we're here. See, I already said the MKingz. Let them know that we're here. And if you want to become a lady or a lord or even a knight at our round table, hit that join button. If you don't see it, the link will be in the description box. And membership has its privileges, especially in 2022. Members, you will have some new and exciting content exclusively just for you. We promise in
Yes.
2022.
And we have a podcast, guys, for those of you that don't
Yes,
know.
we are starting our podcast again in 2022. Actually, you'll probably start getting podcasts next month from the McCray Kings again. We know Melissa listens to all the podcasts, and you too should listen to the podcast. If you haven't, you can find us where all podcasts are listened to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or anywhere else you may listen to podcasts. Just type in the McCray Kings and we will pop up. Check out our Teespring store, our boutique, and get you some McCray Kings or Dare to Be Different merchandise. Boutique upgrade is coming soon
Yes,
as
and a
well.
lot of items that are available there now will not be available very soon. We're
So if it's something that you like, you better go get it now
yeah.
because a lot of things are going to be changed and revamped and new stuff is coming.
Yes.
And please, if you can, support the McCray Kings channel
Yes, we need your
by making
support.
a donation to the Cash App, what you see in the bottom left hand corner. Yes, make sure you send the little kitties a gift. But I take gifts too. Because
Yes.
a bitch is broke right now and a bitch is moving next month. And a bitch need a coin to move. Because I'm broke. We broke. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I'm moving whether you send a cash app or not. But anyway, we would appreciate it because all donations go right back into the platform to give you a better and more exciting show.
Yes, Monica, did you get you some leggings, girl? You got you some leggings from the store? We got leggings, honey.
And with that being said,
We are out of here for the day,
We
and
are out of here for the day. Are we coming back later?
yes, we'll see you guys at
We will see
7:30
you guys at
p.m.
7:30 p.m.
Yes.
for evening talk with the King.
Yes, and y'all better enjoy these live streams because they're going to be limited in the new year. We're only going to be going live maybe twice a month. So enjoy them. Enjoy these live streams and this engagement that you have with us. Um, but we're moving in a different direction. And because we're moving in a different direction, we probably won't be going live every day like we do now. You'll probably get a upload from us
Yes,
every day.
because we're moving and we have to get the new studio together and things
Mhm.
of that nature. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be a lot.
Gonna be a
So
lot, but y'all gotta bear
um,
with us
yeah.
for the move and all of that good stuff. It's all for a better cause and a better reason.
Yeah, so we out of here, y'all. Y'all have a most amazing day today. And remember, don't just talk about it, be about it. And walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember,
It's T McRae.
all damn day.
Peace, y'all.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye.